Hey everybody, Slay here. I had a lot of fun making the DO335A1 video, getting it tested out in the training room, so I thought I would go ahead and take out the XF15C and give it the same kind of treatment, or as I like to call it, the spa treatment. So the XF15C is the new plane from the event. You can earn it, air quote earn it. I say air quote earn it because, yeah, good luck earning it. So most likely if you are in control of this aircraft or you are going to get it, you're going to end up buying it in some way, shape, or form, whether you're spending tickets on it or you are actually earning it through the game. And if you do earn it, congratulations. I'd like to hear your story about it. So with that said, this is an American fighter. I would compare this thing to a Seafang with the speed of a P-80, with the firepower of the Seafang. It doesn't have machine guns like most Americans. It rocks a very, very cool 420s on it, which are the exact same guns that the Seafang has. Speaking of Seafang, let's go give him our opinion of what we feel of him being here. So as you can see, this thing is super fast. It's not quite as fast as a P-80, but you know what? It does its job. Just was able to take out that Seafang pretty dang easy. Fortunately, I killed him outside this, but let's go ahead and shred this air defense A6M2. Got another A6M2 on my tail. Kind of want to get on that GA, but I'm just, you know, don't want to get killed by the defenders trying to do this. There is a bomber up top, which I'll be getting to. So as you see, this thing is not the greatest when it comes to maneuvering, but if you play it smartly and, you know, lead in with your turns, kind of predict what your enemy is going to be doing, you can use this aircraft pretty effectively. That A6M2 is coming right back for me. I'm going to go ahead and knock out this GA just to show you guys what it can do to GAs. So I'm a one-man army in this training room. I tossed in 3. This is where this plane's going to be lacking. Is when something's on your tail like that. That Seafang was on my tail. I used up all my boost. Unfortunately, Todd gave up on me. So let's go ahead and take him out. I don't know if he's over the cap, but as you see, those 20s, they are really good for not overheating. Try not to ram this A6M2 here. Bots are getting a little suicidal. So far the score is 0-0. I haven't capped anything, but neither have they. I'm just here to kill them. Let's go back down. It's not looking so hot for me, but let's see if I can knock out this A6M2 real quick. But these 20s, again, they are the same 20s that the Seafang has. At least same characteristics on paper. They may not be the exact same model of the gun, but they do work. They definitely are very handy in this situation. We just secured that. I don't know how we secured that. Oh, air defense aircraft killed the RB-17. Thanks, bots, for being on my team. So that Seafang's probably back now. I'm going to go ahead and turn on him. Looks like he's going to the airfield. They both are. So let's wipe out this 329. So I just thought I'd give you guys a good read on what this plane can do. These guns, I've only overheated these guns once or twice now. They're definitely not bad guns at all. You know, they're not as much firepower as, let's just say, the XF5U, the Pancake. You know, those American 20s are on a heavy and they're a lot stronger. I'm going to die here. About time I die, though. Been at this for quite a bit. Let's see if before I die I could possibly take something with me. Nope. In all fairness, it's 1v3. Just toss me versus a ground attacker, a Seafang, and RB-17. Because, you know, when you're playing solo queue, you're pretty much used to playing by yourself, right? So I might as well just toss me versus a couple to show what you can do in this plane. Get a little bit better FPS, not playing with the event or other people. I'm going to go down here. I want to kind of find that bomber, but I don't see that bomber. Oh, now I do. Okay. I'm going to actually use this rocket boost up here. That's the cool thing about this plane. It's got the rocket like the LA9, or LA9, sorry, and look how quick you can just jump up to this RB-17. You can't do that in a Seafang. I don't even think you could do that in your P-80 comfortably. That rocket boost is just amazing. I was able to go from, you know, kind of level ceiling to 2,000 to catch up to that bomber in a matter of less than 5 seconds, which is pretty amazing. So this plane is just an all-around good plane. I have nothing bad to say about it. I've had nothing but good experiences playing it. I'm really looking forward to playing it in a normal game come Monday or tomorrow, because yeah, this is going to be a lot of fun. It's a good credit earner, although you won't see that. Again, this is a training room, you know, but I'll be able to show you some games tomorrow, show you guys what kind of credit earner potential this plane has. But if it's anything like the Seafang or the DO, they're going to be pulling in about 200k credits per game on a decent game. I even tried overheating my guns right there. I literally just sat there with my finger on the trigger, and I wasn't able to overheat these guns before that plane died. So it just gives you an idea how freaking awesome this plane is. These guns are amazing when you can aim them. Oh, there's the overheat. Okay, got something on my tail.
Do you copy? Over.
Let's see if I can wipe out this frame. Okay, and there's my airstrip. That should ease the tension a little bit. Let's go ahead and see what we can do to that bomber. Now, one thing that's different between this plane and the P-80, I like to compare this plane to the P-80 because the P-80 is another Tier 8 American fighter. You'll notice on the P-80, look at that roll. This plane does not have the same roll as the P-80. Definitely is lacking in that department. We have Squall, it's here now. I'm going to come kill this bomber, he's going to be gone for good. Look at this boost though. Jump it up here, just under 700. Just enough to come in and just wreck this RB-17. Hopefully don't ram him. Try to get away. Nope,
you are the final hope. Hang in there.
The final hope, apparently. It was the only hope, just like the last game. It's funny. So there's the Seafang. Always evaluate your targets, which one's going to be the more threat. Obviously, in this case, the Seafang is going to be your threat. Or maybe in my case, all those air defense bots once I kill the Seafang. That would be pretty funny to actually end up losing this game. I'm going to try and kill the Seafang. Get the freak out.
The enemy is almost defeated.
Let's go ahead and run down to this 329, end this game, so we can go to the hangar and talk about its stats. Those A6M2s want me bad. I'm not going to let that happen. Let's go finish off this 329 and go back to the hangar and talk about what you can do. I'd like to discuss the guns. I know I did in my last video, but hopefully this video will be the go-to for people who are new to this aircraft. That last video I just wanted to show my first game in it. This video I just wanted, you know, take it out and show you exactly what this plane can do. As you saw, I had no problem catching up to that bomber. I had no problem wiping out a ground attack. And I had no problem dogfighting aircraft. Obviously, with the more maneuverable turn fighter, you're not going to be able to outturn something like a Spit 14, or, you know, even if you want to go down one tier like an A7M. But you're not going to be able to outturn that in a P-80 either, or a Seafang. The realism of it is the only thing that can save you in that case is a good boost out of there, and that is definitely where the XF15C is going to excel. Is with that jet boost, it's going to just power you away from any encounter you don't want to be in, or in the case of that bomber, it's going to, you know, boost you right up to the table. So let's go ahead and hop into the upgrades so you can see exactly what we're working with here. In my last video I mentioned what equipment I have. Again, just like with any fighter setup, I'm running lightweight airframe, improved covering, and engine tuning. And as for my pilot, I'm using my F86 pilot, so I'm running Aerobatics Expert, Aerodynamics Expert, engine guru, and I will soon have another skill point once I play this a little bit more, which I'll probably end up going marksman. We will see. Don't really need marksman though. As you saw, those 20s are really, really good. It's just that's my F-86 pilot. And yeah, the F-86 with its machine guns will benefit greatly from marksman. Maybe even marksman 2 when the time comes. So let's go ahead and hop into upgrade. So again, this thing has 420s. If you look at the DPS, they're 115 DPS, 420 rate of fire, 760 range. Wish I was able to see exactly, you know, how quick they heat up, whatnot, just to see if I could compare them to this. But they are very similar to the Hispanos. They have the exact same stats as you see there: 115 DPS, 420 rate of fire, and 760 range. The only thing the Seafang has going for it is it can carry rockets or bombs. But if you look at the airspeed on a Seafang, it's actually very similar. It's 740 airspeed, where I want to say the XF15 was 760, yep. And that maximum dive speed of 900, whereas on a Seafang, you're looking at 900 as well. One thing that separates this from the Seafang and its cannons is the XF15 has that jet boost where the Seafang does not. So as for altitude, you're going to have a 2200 altitude performance. I was able to climb up 2200 to that bomber and just wipe it out. Obviously the players who are going the higher altitude, you're going to have issues with them, but maybe not so much. If you look at Seafang, it only has a 1600 ceiling, much like the Spit 14. So I think in altitude, it's best to compare it to the P80, which has the same ceiling. But if you look at the rate of climb, on the P80, you're looking at 52 rate of climb, and on the XF15C, you got a 74. Couple that with the powerful jet boost that you have right here, that XF15C is going to just shoot like a missile right up to whatever you're going to. Maneuverability, this is where the P80 takes it. This thing has a 12-second turn and 130 rate of roll, whereas the P80 has a 10-second turn and 180 rate of roll. Which means that the P80 just does feel like a more nimble aircraft. It's better in a turn fight, but as it is just a jet-powered fighter, it doesn't have an actual boost. It just feels, I don't know, I feel like the XF15C, maybe it's the fact that you are a prop job, and when you do pop that boost, it is obviously another level of engine power. But I don't know what it is about the XF15, but it just feels a little bit faster when you need it. Now, all around, the P80 is a faster aircraft. You're looking at 830 top speed, 950 dive speed. Again, this is 760 and 900, so the P80 is overall a faster aircraft. But if you're like me and you like cannons and you don't want 650s, then you know, rather than buying the Seafang, if you want, in my opinion, what is a better Seafang, you should really go for the XF15C. Now, if you look here, the Seafang does have 2 seconds faster turn, but again, it's what happens with the Seafang is it's one of my favorite premium aircraft. But what happens is you're flying it, you see a target, it's pretty far away, you end up flying out to it, but by the time you can get back around to the battle, it just seems like you're kind of the slow man on the totem pole, especially in a tier 8 game. You're watching all these people fly past you in jets, and you just don't have a good boost to keep up with them. Whereas the XF15C or the P80, you're a jet, you have a jet boost, you're going to get around the airfield really, really fast. So let's just take a quick look at survivability before we kill this video. So XF15C is rocking 525 hit points, whereas the PA is only rocking 360. So again, I would go with the XF15C here in this regard, just because I like to be able to take a hit. As you saw there, I think I died once that whole game, and the only reason I died was attrition. It was just me on a team, whereas if I had a whole team of bots, I may not even have died there. But yeah, 360, sorry, on the hit points. Let's take a look at the Seafang real quick with its 400. So all in all, the XF15C definitely pulls ahead in hit points. So it's got just a lot more survivability. It has that jet boost. It's got a decent speed. It's not as fast all around as the P80, but that jet boost really makes up for that that speed that it's lacking. And the fact that it uses 20 millimeters that are almost identical to the Hispanos that the Brits use, it just makes for an all-around awesome aircraft. I'm hoping that they lessen the missions or tweak the missions in some way so that this is more accessible to everybody, because I would like to see a lot more of these flying around. It definitely would make for a formidable foe. So yeah, I hope this video is going to help you in your decision whether you want to go down that grind, whether you want to fork up that cash and end up purchasing this aircraft, or hopefully if Wargaming gets their heads out of their butts, lessens the noose on these missions. Some of these missions are just really unreasonable. There's a lot of feedback from the community right now that is just negative in all regards to this current game mode that we have going on. If it was a game mode that we could choose from, it wouldn't be so bad. But as you'll see here, today is Sunday. The game mode's been going on for 60 hours now. Got to wait another 15 hours before we can play the regular game mode. There's nothing we can do unless you want to fly less than tier 3. And it's a game mode that, to be honest with you, nobody likes. I'm hoping the next one, which is more like a deathmatch mode, I'm hoping people like that a little bit better. It'll make the weekends a lot easier, trust me. Because right now a lot of people just feel like they're being held hostage in their own game and they can't play because they don't like this mode. And really it's Wargaming's way or the highway. If you don't like the mode, then yeah, you have no choice. But again, I just thought I would take this XF15C to the training room and show you guys what it can do. Compare it to some similar aircraft such as the P80 and the Seafang. I think those are the only two aircraft that it really should compare to at this tier. And the only reason I'm even comparing it to the P80 is because they're both American Tier 8 fighters. But I like to compare it to the Seafang because of the fact that it shares the same cannons, or similar at least. But thank you for watching my video, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Take care.